Hi there, this is Tony from IBS. In this video, I want to explain to you how to use ChatGPT to create programming or code for you. So in this example that we're going to work today, we have a spreadsheet like this one where I'm tracking all the time spent or charged by me and some of my team members. Now we charge every kind of project by customer, the project name, and specific tasks, and then we just charge the hour that we actually spend on every single task. Now, I have a separate database, such as this one. I have it in a separate sheet 2, that contains the customer and it contains the rate per hour. So if we go back to our timesheet, we're gonna have the date of the task, the customer, the project name, task. We got the time charge, and we need to fill this up and then calculate how much will be the total, which is the multiplication of the time per time spent in hours times the rate per hour. That's going to give us the total per each one of the lines. Now we could do this easily in a lookup or VLOOKUP in Excel, but let's say I just wanted to do a program to do this because I'm working on maybe on a bigger project to do, and I just need the code to put it inside of it. So in that case, what we need to do is just explain this very well to ChatGPT and see if it can actually create this code for us. So what we're gonna do, one of the things we're gonna do is also pass this information to it so it can know in what format we have this file. So we're gonna specify the prompt. I already kind of pre-created the prompt here. I'm gonna copy it and explain what I'm talking about. I'm gonna paste it here, and let's go to my prompt. So the first thing I want to do is explain what I have and what kind of data it is, where it's stored, where it actually starts in Excel, so that when the software is created, it can actually reference the right columns and cells. So I'm saying I have a timekeeping data in Excel in this format because I'm going to paste it. Starting in row 1, column A, and goes all the way down to thousands of rows. And then I'm putting a reference that I'm going to paste it right below. And it's called sheet 1 because for software, in order to create a software and that works between sheets, it actually needs to know the sheet name. So that's why I'm putting all that logic, not logic, but the references to it, because it's going to need it for the program to work. Then I have a second table, which is the one for the customer, that contains basically the rate per hour. And below there, I'm explaining what is the purpose, what I need from it. So I need a VBA code to apply to my Excel so that I can look up the rates on sheet 2 and paste it on each row of column F from sheet 1. Let me put that there. So sheet 1. Paste on customer name that is on column B, sheet 1. Also, I want a total, which is the time per hour or time spent times the rate per hour, and put that in column G. Now, the last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to my Excel, copy that data, and not all of it, right? Because you got a limitation on how many data you can put into it. But let's see just, a little bit of it so you can actually understand what type of data you got, what are the headers of each one of the columns, and all that kind of information. So let me just copy this. I'm going to paste this out at the bottom. I'm going to say this is sheet 1. It basically knows the reference. I'm going to paste it here. Note that we're working in Excel. You cannot paste all the all the borders and everything from the cells, but hopefully you can understand this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste table 2 or sheet 2, which is the one containing my customers and the rates per hour. So I'm going to say sheet 2 and paste it here, and these are the rates per hour. So let's see how it goes. Before I do that, I'm going to check what ChatGPT 4 I'm using. Probably, I don't know if it could work with Bing, or let's see what does advanced data analysis. I'm not sure if it's able to code, but let's give it a try. I'm going to click send here. and hopefully it can generate something for us. Okay, so it's actually creating some coding here. So as you can see, I'm gonna explain to you what it's doing. So it's basically declaring variables as dim, worksheet 1, worksheet 2, last row. Basically, so probably it's gonna do a loop or something like that. So it needs to know the last row. Okay, look at that. It's something similar to what I will do manually, but it's just doing it for free and for me. So I'm gonna take it. So what we're gonna do now to test this out is actually put a button in that Excel file, and let's see what it does. Explain Excel. Press it one. Right click in the Excel file. Project window. Choose insert module. Yeah. So it's gonna put it on module, and then copy and paste the code, and then run the code by pressing F5 while the cursor is inside of the subroutine. Okay. So let's do that. So I have this code here. I'm gonna copy it, and here right down below, let's say I don't know how to do Excel programming. I'm gonna press alternate F11. So I'm gonna open my Excel. Hopefully I can get it here. I'm gonna go to sheet 1 or whichever sheet you are. You're gonna press alternate F11. It's gonna open your Visual Basic module here. So we're gonna go, probably you're seeing all this best because I have many, but what it's saying is that if you only have one Excel, you probably have that Excel file. Let me see how this one is called, because I think I'm working on a CSV file, which might be a problem. So let's do this. Let's do a file save as. In my case, I'm gonna put this in downloads and just save it as XLSM so that it actually can record that macro. If you use XLSX or XLS, you're gonna probably, once you save it, that macro is gone. Macro, let's say GPT. I'm gonna put that on downloads, and now I'll have a working file because CSV doesn't really store macros. So good thing I checked that out. So now we can do that. Let's do alternate F11. We go back here. Now we're gonna make sure that we're in the right sheet, which is this one. I'm gonna do a right click, and then I'm gonna do an insert and then module, which is what ChatGPT asked me to do. So now I'm ready for that. Right click on the Excel. Yeah, that's what I did. And then copy and paste the code in that module. So what I'm gonna do in ChatGPT, I'm just gonna copy this code. I'm gonna head to here. I'm gonna do a paste. And now basically what it created is a subroutine. So subroutine is something that you can call from any kind of button in Visual Basic or your Excel file. You can just put ActiveX controls in there and just click here and there. And you can call this subroutine so that, every subroutine has a name, so which is what it created. In this case, we're not passing any parameters. It's just executing whatever it is. Now it has, that's why I provided the references of sheet 1 and sheet 2, because it needed so I can locate where the data is. So let's see actually if it works. So if I click here, it's saying that I should go copy and paste the code, which I did, and then run the code by pressing F5 while the cursor is inside the subroutine. So I'm gonna put this side by side. I'm gonna do a Windows right key, and then I'm gonna look for my Excel file, which is this one. I'm gonna do Windows left. So I got, I can see both windows at the same time. So it doesn't matter where I am in Excel. What it's telling me to do is just select someplace inside of the subroutine. So basically this is where the subroutine name is. So any place inside of all this, I'm inside of that subroutine before the end sub. So I'm gonna click just right up front here, and it's asking me to press F5. So I'm gonna press it right now and cross my fingers to see it doesn't break anything else. So I'm gonna press F5, and I'm not sure if it actually run. Let's see. Boom. Huh. Look at that. Look at that. That's just run very, very, very quickly and smooth. Let's see if this is even working, right? Because I see that it populated some numbers in here. But let's see. If I go to my sheet 2, I know customer X is $200. I'm supposed to see that customer X, everything should be 200. Boom, it worked. Now, if I go and check IBS, it's 300. So I'm gonna place IBS. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's 300. And now I'm gonna double check customer F. And it's here and it's 250. It did it. Now, the last thing we gotta check is if the calculation is even done correctly. So one of the ways that this could have been done is by putting a formula in here, or in this case, since it created by using Visual Basic, it actually calculated it and just pasted the number in there. One way to validate this is kind of do your calculation yourself. Saying equal this times the rate per hour, and you can check and just go one by one and checking, or you can just do equal exact this comma this, because it's comparing the two numbers, and this is gonna return a true or false. So what we should see is that everything is true. So I'm gonna expand these filters all the way so that I can use it to help me validate. So yeah, look at that. It actually, everything is true. So I think ChatGPT knows how to program Visual Basic for Excel. I wonder what else it can help me out. So well, don't miss any of this videos with AI I'm putting together. I think we're gonna mix it up with Excel, Power Apps, Power Automate. I don't know, whatever we can put AI into it to help us and do our job faster and easier and more efficiently. I'm in for that. So well, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Bye.